Hi, I'm Tim. Welcome to WatchBox, and thanks for logging on. If you love this watch, email me, tmosso@thewatchbox.com. Your purchase and pricing email question line for buying this or any watch you see on any WatchBox platform. Please reach out to me directly. Email tmosso@thewatchbox.com for pricing details. Launched in 2021, this is the Zenith Chronomaster Sport here in rose gold. Unlike the better-known steel model, this one features a full rose gold rather than ceramic bezel. So the watch is 41 millimeters in diameter by 13.9 millimeters thick. From lug tip to lug tip across the wrist, it's actually a pretty narrow 46.5 millimeters, but when we add the end links to the bracelet, it's a broader 49.2 across the wrist, and that's more like what I expect from a watch of this size. The spacing between the lugs is 20 millimeters. We're going to throw the watch on my 16 centimeter circumference wrist to get a good look at it. It's a large timepiece, and it sits large. It's neither oversized nor undersized. I guess this is a full size for a modern men's sport complication. I could recommend it for a wrist of 14 centimeters circumference or up. It will fit a little bit better on a smaller wrist if you put it on an accessory strap, which Zenith offers. The bracelet, at face value, owes a lot to the Rolex Oyster. We have the conforming end link, we have a gentle taper, a 3-link design with staggered size and alignment, polished centers, satin shoulders. It does break with the Oyster in its use of polished bevels that roll to the flanks. You can see removable links here are fixed by screws. We have a clasp that includes several divots. You see 5 of them. You can use your strap tool to change the anchoring point of the bracelet inside the clasp. And then we have a clasp design with a clamshell lock. And you can see the Zenith star. The clasp includes both satin and polish. Rolling around to the case flank, you can see the lugs are rather short. They're cropped, and there's a transitional bevel that flows from the mid-case to the lug ends. The lug hoods are satinated, but the flanks and the bevel are polished. We have vintage-inspired pump-style pushers, and you note Zenith, giving you a little kerf under the crown so you can more easily dig your nail in and pull the crown. The dial is what many brands would call an opaline or a frosted white. So you can see it's a soft white, not a bright metallic sunburst. We have rose gold applique indices. We have overlapping sub-registers in a tritone, a nod to the very first Zenith El Primero watches of 1969. We'll do a quick loom shot here because there is plenty of it, no shortage. Easy watch to read in the dark. But this is really about the function that you can only see during the light. Take a quick look at the bezel. You can see it's not the tachymeter that you find on a Rolex Daytona. It is a 10-second bezel, and we have this complication that Zenith first introduced in 2010 called the striking 10th. So each second is splayed out over 36 degrees of dial and bezel, which makes it easier to read the potential 1/10 of a second accuracy of the Zenith El Primero. Because what good is a chronograph that beats 10 times per second and can register 1/10 of a second if you can't actually read the 10th with your naked eye? Here I can easily see that I've measured an increment of 8.5 seconds. And now, of course, I'll keep the system running. We have a 60-second register on the dial, which you can see right here, and then we also have a 60-minute chronograph register just below that. The watch does include a feature previously uncommon on El Primero watches, which is hacking seconds, and we also have, let me just make sure we're not in the date change danger zone there, we also have a quick set system for the date. The reason we have that hacking second function is that this is a movement first introduced for the 50th anniversary of the El Primero in 2019. This is caliber 3600. It's effectively a next generation El Primero that has a 60-hour power reserve instead of 50, 35 joules instead of 31, a hacking seconds function that never hitherto existed, but it does bring about a few aesthetic changes in addition to mechanical changes. As you can see, handsome satinated and nickel anthracite coated bridges, plates, and chronograph components. I particularly like the spiral wheels of the chronograph clutch. Now, what hasn't changed is automatic winding. A column wheel lateral clutch arrangement for the chronograph. You can see the column wheel and the lateral clutch making for crisp actuation and handsome aesthetics. The beat rate of 10 beats per second or 36,000 vibrations per hour has not changed. And the watch includes a silicone escapement that is unlubricated and high efficiency, which improves performance in between services and helps to extend service intervals. So there's a lot to love here. And of course, all of this is 100 meters water resistant. Reach out to Team Mosso at thewatchbox.com WatchBox.com for purchase and pricing details of this Zenith Chronomaster Sport in rose gold. By the way, have you noticed that with the rose gold bezel on the rose gold case, it looks a lot less like a famous Genevois chronograph?